Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I rise in support of House Bill 790. This afternoon, as the debate has continued, the opponents of this bill have thrown everything at this but the kitchen sink. And all I can think of is something that our 40th president would have said, well, there you go again. We've heard things from selection to the moral right to pricing to jobs. There are many things contained in this bill, but the one thing I want to say is it's not state government's job to be in the sale of liquor. Private industry should be in the business of delivering goods and services that are legal for people to consume in this Commonwealth. People that are over 21, let me repeat that. These are items that are legal for people that are over 21 years of age in this Commonwealth to purchase and consume. I don't drink, but this is the perspective I come from in listening to my constituents. We heard about selling liquor and allowing them to cap the bottle and take it with them. I certainly think that's better than somebody purchasing the bottle and say, you know what, I better drink the whole thing because I bought it. You talk about binge drinking, that's something that could happen. Somebody that goes into the distributor doesn't want to purchase the entire case of beer. They'd sooner purchase a six-pack. This bill allows them to do that. I would say that they probably wouldn't sell as many cases of beer then. So there's many things and distractions that have happened in this bill, but when it comes right down to it, we're not privatizing the enforcement of wine, spirits, and beer in the Commonwealth. We are actually strengthening those things. What we are doing is we are taking something and we are privatizing the sale of a good and service. And I think it's a dangerous slope that we get on when we say government must control and sell items that are legal to purchase and consume. Where will it end? Should we take over cigarettes? It's just so many things that we shouldn't be in that business. Private industry handles marketing and sale of goods and services. We brought in the question of searching our conscience. And somebody mentioned about Christians. Well, I'll have to say about that, hi, my name's Fred and I'm a Christian. And I support this bill because there is a conflict with people that disagree with this. I talked to my pastors and I said to them, if you were going to start a business tomorrow, would you open a store that sold beer, wine, and spirits? And they said no. I said, you are in that business every day of the week. As a citizen of this Commonwealth, you are in that business every day. And I don't want to be in that business. If people choose to be in that business, that is their right. We live in the United States of America. So looking at those things, I think those are very good reasons why we shouldn't. Another thing I look at is business. And we talk about how much money the PLCB makes and how well they're run. We give them credit for all this money that's put into the general fund. Well, that would be like giving the Secretary of Revenue all the credit for collecting tax revenue in the Commonwealth. The PLCB, it isn't their money, it's the people that are purchasing those goods and services money. And we will still be collecting the tax revenue on these goods and services. Finally, looking at the business model of the PLCB, and I'm reading from a report, Commonwealth of Pennsylvania Liquor Control Board, State Stores and Liquor License Funds, Notes to Financial Statements. It was from the period of June 2008 to June 30, 2009. And they did a restatement of assets. And it says in here, in addition, when they switched over to their accounting, new accounting system that year, it says, a complete fixed asset inventory was conducted to facilitate the conversion of fixed asset data into PLCB's new financial accounting system. This resulted in a further reduction of fixed assets totaling $3.7 million. Now I have to question, if you can't manage a fixed asset, what else can't you manage? Somebody mentioned the Farm Bureau luncheon over here where the governor spoke the other day. I was there and I had a farmer sitting next to me and he said, Fred, what do you think of this bill? And we talked about it and I got down to this and I said, Bobby, I said, I read that to him and I said, you know what? That's the equivalent of you losing your combine. He would be out of business. I think it's time that we turn the portion of this business that should belong to the private sector over to the private sector, and we focus on the management of enforcement, which is our role as state government. To be handling both ends of this argument as far as do we sell it and then enforce it, to me is the same example as buying cancer insurance from a tobacco company. There's a definite conflict of interest, and I ask that the members of this General Assembly support House Bill 790. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.